They're going to block 6, 12, 17. They're going to block a bunch of damage, but I think we had it. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Jason's General. Today we're doing something a bit different. We're doing a little deck tech slash feature of Boros Convoke. I just spent the last like 2-3 weeks kind of learning Explore. I was really learning it for Pioneer because I ended up going to the RCQ and I ran like the local RCQ in Toronto, and I ran this exact list, which I've just been testing in Explore. I've also been testing with a friend of mine who plays on MTGO the same deck. He played a very similar build to mine because neither of us really play Pioneer, but we both got invites to the RCQ, so we just wanted to check it out, try out some Constructed, which was fun. I ended up going 4-4 day one, very, very close to making it to day two. I lost 2-1 in the last game. Like I went 4-3 and then 5-3s made it to day two. So I ended up losing 2-1 against Rakdos midrange, which sucked, but it is what it is. I mean, their deck, they got better. Bless me. They got better draws, and our deck was drawing really terribly against them. So you don't really want to play a grindy matchup against Rakdos midrange with this deck, because this deck really relies on good top decks, and just good draws in general. So like I remember I ended up like drawing only like 1-drops against them in game 1, and then it just did not work out well. Anyway, for anyone trying to play this deck and Explore, I can say that it is, let's save. I made a slight adjustment, but I can say that it is good. Made it to Diamond Tier 4 now, just with testing. My win rate is something like 30 and 16 over the course of climbing the ladder. There's probably some wins and losses that weren't recorded in that because most of the time I was playing on my phone and just messaging my friend on Discord. But Dex had a pretty good run. That's like a, I don't know, 70% win rate or something. I haven't actually done the exact calculation, but it's quite high, considering. Also learned how hard it is to grind up the ladder in Constructed. It's been a while. I haven't played Constructed on Arena in like many metas. I think I kind of gave up around the time that Rakdos, Sacrifice, and Midrange became the popular decks. They're really not the decks for me. I prefer aggro and control, which I know are kind of like on the opposite spectrum, but I don't know. Those are just the two types of decks that interest me. Rakdos midrange is just really dirty and really not my thing. I think Rakdos Sacrifice is much worse in that sense, but midrange is a cool deck. It's very good. I just am not a fan of Fable for some reason. Can't really explain why. Might just have something to do with how long it's been around in the meta, how powerful it is. I don't know. Long story short, long-winded conversation. This is Boros Convoke. Really sweet deck. It cheats out a lot of creatures, little 1/1s and goblins quickly. So basically, like, your ideal opening hand is like Thraben Inspector or Epicure, as well as like an Ornithopter possibly, or even Warden, and then you get an artifact on the battlefield. So Ornithopter often does the job. Inspector and Epicure also do a decent job, and then you hit the artifact with the Gleeful Demolition. You make 3 1/1s, and then you have Convoke creatures on the top end. So Loxodon, which convokes, so you tap all your 1/1s, or all your 1/1s, not artifacts, but all your 1/1s, and then you put a counter on each creature that you convoked with. So when you convoke, it taps the creature, and then it taps for the color of mana that the creature is. So if you have Inspector, it taps white. So let's say you go Inspector, turn 2 Gleeful Demolition, play an Epicure, you can play your Loxodon in turn 2. So you effectively have 10 power on board turn 2 often. And then Knight Errant will help also find the Loxodons or Immodane's Recruiters to finish off the game. So basically, yeah, like I said, you're just trying to get a bunch of creatures, like go wide, Convoke with either Errant or Loxodon to get as much power on board as possible. And then you either smash with all the 2/2s, turn 2, turn 3, or you eventually get in with the Immodanes, which gives everything +1/+0 and haste. So you're often turn 3, turn 4 going in for a lot of damage. I juggled with a few variations of this deck list. Originally I was playing one with Regal Bunny Core, which was pretty sweet. It ran like Regal Bunny Core, and then I was like tinkering around with the Embercleave. One of Embercleave is just kind of like a kind of sneaky finisher. But then LCI came out, Lost Caverns of Ixalan, and kind of really shifted the meta to where there was a lot more combo decks. There is like a Amelia combo, which like puts a bunch of counters on Amelia and then sack stuff, and then she can like make everyone destroy all their creatures other than her and gain a bunch of life. And then there's like the Quintosaurus combo, which is really nasty. Can just basically win turn. There's two versions. There's like the Discover combo, which is like a turn 3 win, and then there's the Quintosaurus combo, which is also just like a turn 4, turn 5 win automatically. It's a really dumb combo, honestly, but it's where we're at right now. So we shifted our deck to compensate for that. Also, you have a lot more of Lotus Field control and blue-white control showing up in the meta. So that's why we took out the Regal Bunny Cores and brought in the Thalias, because it helps with control. It helps with the combo deck, like just slowing it down. It helps with, Rakdos midrange to a certain degree, Thalia, because they have so much removal, although they often just end up targeting Thalia, but that's fine. And then it also helps with Arclight and just a bunch of decks, anything that plays non-creature spells. But yeah, Arclight, the combo deck, control, that's really what this Thalia is for, I would say. As well as like hidden strings, potentially. But I don't think you see that deck as much in Explorer. Anyway, moving on to the lands, you got a one of a Vajango, which just deals 4 damage to an attacking or blocking creature. Down to the Bear Bug, helps just getting for those extra points of damage if you've lost all your creatures, say to a board wipe or something, or just like you're just trying to go wide around the opponent. Chef at Dunes, you can sacrifice it to give everything +1/+1. Another sort of pseudo Immodane's effect. I mean, I guess it is effectively an Immodane's effect, but so a rally, but it's a little slower. It's another thing where it's like if you have nothing to do, you can just sack the desert to give everything +1/+1, and that's quite handy. The mana base is usually pretty smooth because you're just Boros color, so plains, mountain, white, red. A lot of people run 3 pathways, but I've brought in another mana confluence based on a list I saw out of Japan. Shout out to Todd Anderson, because he kind of penned this list to a certain degree, kind of put us onto it. Not sure if he's the original designer of this exact build, but we used his template to build this, and then we sort of adjusted to our own likings. I personally went with 2 giant killers because I felt like it does a similar job to something like Get Lost, and you do see things like Sholdred or like mono green creatures in this meta. Warden of the Inner Sky is something that we took note of from Todd Anderson's list, which is this comes down often on turn 1, and then turn 2 you play Epicure, and then you can like tap the Epicure, the artifact, and the Warden to put a counter and scry. And this card's really good in the deck because scrying is super important, or super helpful. It really helps smooth out the draws. It's unfortunate, for example, like in the RCQ, I had this down and I was scrying and I still wasn't seeing anything. But this card does feel like it really prevents it. And it also helps against grindier matchups because if it gets 3 or more counters, it gets flying, so, and vigilance. So like it's very good in the mirror match because it's often like both you and the opponent have a huge amount of creatures on the board, and then it's just whoever can kind of like get the Warden of the Sky over the top first wins. And anything else to talk about in the main deck? Not really. The Resolute Reinforcements just help with getting more creatures out for the Convoke. Okay, moving on to the sideboard, we have Gigantha. Still unsure if I like it or if it's necessary. I almost feel like just having 15 sideboard cards could be better. Like you very, very rarely play Gigantha. Playing Gigantha is like an emergency kind of like exit plan. Which if this deck's in like that kind of position, it's usually just going to lose. Which is why I'm going into the RC, I was considering not running it, but ultimately I went for it because it is a free spell at the end of the day, but I still think it's questionable, even after the RCQ. Forge Devil comes in against mono green, cats, which isn't really around right now, like the Rakdos Sacrifice. Just anything with 1-drop mono red. Just play this, kill the 1-drop. Pretty one-dimensional, basically just for mono green. Red Cap Melee is a interesting one. Originally I had rolling vortexes. What is it called? Let me see. Rolling. It's volley. Roiling volley? I think it's roiling volley. No, rending volley. Originally I had rending volleys in the sideboard as the sort of main removal spell, which target white and blue, which was good against Grease Fang and Arclight. But I brought in the Red Cap Melees for the RCQ because I thought there was going to be a lot of the combo deck. And Red Cap Melee, even though you have to sacrifice a land, it can hit creatures and planeswalkers. So if the opponent initiated their combo, their Discover combo, if you just killed the creature in response, you could shut it down. Unfortunately, so I was running 4 for the RCQ, but unfortunately, I didn't end up going against any of the combo deck, which really sucked. It's still good against other decks too, but it's obviously a little bit less effective because you have to sacrifice a land. My friend ended up playing against 3 combo decks, and he just ran Get Lost. He had 3 Get Lost in his sideboard, but and he ended up losing to the combo deck twice. But I brought in 4 Red Cap Melees and 2 Roiling Vortexes, both which shut down the combo. So yeah, Red Cap Melee can hit, any creature with 4 toughness. Really hoses the combo deck, which is what I was anticipating going up against in the RCQ. And there was a lot of them out there. I just didn't end up seeing them, which sucked. Roiling Vortex, just whenever a player casts a spell and pays no mana, it deals 5 damage. So like if they try to combo, they just lose. So basically they're just relying on casting their creatures out, and all their creatures are really expensive. So yeah, that could have been a play if I had seen that matchup, but I didn't. Get Lost is just another kind of overlapping removal spell, which I brought in 2 now into the sideboard for this, because I think I probably should have had a second Get Lost at the RCQ and cut one of the Red Cap Melees. Ultimately, sacrificing a land did kind of kick me in the butt. Not too often, but enough that I think just a second Get Lost would be good. The unfortunate thing is if you're running main deck Thalia, the Get Losts and the Red Cap Melees, but more so the Get Losts and Giant Killers, chop down on the Giant Killer, become a lot less effective. So ideally, in these matchups, you're cutting Thalia. In the combo deck, you're probably not cutting Thalia, though, at least not in the Quintosaurus version. But yeah, so brought in some Get Lost for Sheoldred's mono green stuff. Enchantments, blue-white plays temporary lockdown, which makes you basically like sweeps all creatures, or all permanents with mana value 2 or less. So it just completely hoses our deck. And that happened to me in the RCQ. I ended up going against like Hidden Strings, which was just like insane in paper. That deck's crazy to witness and to experience playing against, especially when you're not too familiar with the meta. And then we also saw blue-white control. So like it was like back-to-back terrible meta or matchups for us. Both those decks are not good. We had like no sideboard cards for hidden strings, and then blue-white control, it's like pretty much they always win against our deck. I think our win rate is just atrocious against them. Redanes is good for blue-white control, and Quintosaurus combo. A couple other things can't think of them at the top of my head. And then Wedding Announcement is good for grindier decks, so Rakdos mid-range. And then things with a lot of removal. And as well as control. Like I'd bring these in against control because they sweep the board and then you can just keep getting creatures or drawing cards. And yeah, that's the deck. I'm going to run like 5 games and then put this video together for y'all. So hopefully when you see this, you check out the deck and you like it and you want to give it a try for yourself. Let's run some games. Pew. All right, game 1. This is a pretty clear mulligan. No lands is not going to work. Okay, mulls 5. Thing about this deck is that you can be pretty generous with your mulligans, so I like this hand. And I think I'm going to go cut the mana confluence. We'll keep the 2 shock lands and Nimadanes. So we can use our Knight Errant to find some stuff, ideally, as long as they don't kill our creature. People are kind of catching on to how to beat this deck, and one of the ways is just to kill the creatures early, but okay, we're going against mono green, okay.
A big deal.
Okay. I'm gonna untap here. Don't know. Alright, so we flash in our Resolute. Alright, I'm gonna play Epicure, and I think I'm just gonna run Loxodon out. Get a bunch of power on board. It's either that, or we just play this, try to find some more creatures, and... No, I think we just try to... We could try to find more 1/1s to put counters on the Loxodon, but... I think it's good if we just start smashing in for damage. Okay.
Let's get moving.
Go for Karn, make sure it's dead. Go for Kiora. I mean, we might even just cycle the Inspector. Okay. Questionable if we should have just swung there. Let's just run that. Let's just run the inspector up. Okay. We slowed them. We just slowed them down for a turn, so I think that's pretty good. Mic check. Mic check. Mic's good. Let's say we draw Imadane's Recruiter. We'd get him for like 3, 6. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I think we tap 3 creatures here. Try to find Imadane's Smash for 6. Find Imadane's for next turn. I don't mind running Thalia. They don't have a lot of non-creature spells out yet, so kind of slows them down a bit. Alternatively, we could have played Warden and tried to cycle. That might not have been terrible either.
I will rid you of your corruption.
Huh. Kind of cool. I've never seen that before. So if we swing all, they block. Probably double block. Take 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think we just have a exactly lethal. We're pretty close. They have to block 2. Actually, I don't even think they can kill one of our 4/4s. Yeah, we got Xaxes. Thought they might double block, but that would just kill them, so they had to block with their 1/1. Alright, so let's bring in the Forge Devils. For sure. Imadane's may or may not be good in this matchup. The thing is that they often just make a lot of mana early, like in which case like the Redeems just get really bad. They also have a lot of creatures they can play. They usually have creatures with reach, so I think the obvious cut is the Wardens, and we'll just bring in 2 Get Losts. Alright, I like it. I think Thalia is still pretty effective against them because you just don't want them to get their mana, like they have like mana ramp enchantments. They play early. Don't like this hand. All right, so this is fine. Cut a Thalia. cure. I don't know, maybe Thalia's at the cut and we just bring in the Sky Wardens. Maybe the Sky Wardens are better on the draw. Could see that. So now they can do 1, 2. Oh, they have Nykthos out. Yeah. Anyway, we're still going off here. I guess, like, obviously they have pretty good blockers. They can play their left struck. I think now our strategy is just to try to go wide, so we'll play the errant next turn. That seems right. Yeah. Nykthos just makes Thalia completely irrelevant. I think Giant Killers and Immodanes is fine. Forge Del is something we want early.
The ocean surges, life thrives.
And if they play Karn... Okay. It's not great. Still have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Mono green can definitely be a dicey matchup. Like, they have 24 mana right now. Maybe we're supposed to kill Pulchronos. It's not looking great here for us. Yeah, things are a little dicey. Things are a little dicey. Well, we can start tapping things down with Giant Killer now, which isn't horrible. Just can't tap. We just can't tap enough things down. So. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers, 7. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 attackers. They have 7 blockers. So they block like here, here, and then block like 3, 3, 2, 3. I don't think we swing in yet. All right, so we just gotta hope they keep flooding out. And then I think we got a pretty big hit. They're calling good game, who knows why. All right. Should we just go for it? Okay, let's count it out. Let's count it out. Okay, for now I'm just gonna hit the Ornithopter. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blockers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we swing all, we do 2, 5, 2, 5, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18, 22, 23, 24, 29, 30, 33, 35, 37, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56 damage. And they're going to block. So 56 damage. They're going to block 6. I think we just go for it. And they're going to block 6, 12, 17. They're going to block a bunch of damage, but I think we had it. Okay, well, that's kind of the showcase of the deck. It shows you what it's all about. Let's go on to game 2. All right, let's get into game 2 here of the series with Boros Convoke. You know, I think this hand is a keep, as awkward as it is. We hope to draw a land. Thraben Inspector. The next turn we can kill the clue. Make a bunch of things. I think we just try to get our peroxided Loxodon online. Seems fine. I think they're playing Greasefang. Is Greasefang? Not entirely sure. Alright, let's tap everything down. Give them some counters. And let's just play another Inspector, I guess, to draw next turn. Felt like it could be fine. That will slow down whatever their plan is. Their plan was just to concede anyway. I don't even know what deck they are. It could be the new, maybe Amelia deck. Not exactly sure what the colors are. Let's look it up. The new Amelia combo. I know they have fatal pushes, so I'm going to take out the wardens. Yeah, it could definitely be Amelia combo, in which case they're running not a ton of removal, but I think Get Lost will probably be good in this matchup. They're running Court of Calling. They have no removal on the sideboard. Bot seizes. I guess Redains would be good. Shuts down their plan. They also potentially do some sideboard shenanigans. Agadeem's Awakening. Again, this is just kind of, we're just basing this on the idea that they're even playing the deck. Don't love this hand. Guess this is fine. Probably just gonna get turn 1 Thoughtseize, in which case we lose the Knight Errant. Maybe this hand's not bad, not good, but whatevs. Let's play the Inspector. Alright. Probably gonna take Loxodon, but I think the correct pick is the Errant. Okay. This is good. They might just scoop. I don't know what they have for board wipes. I don't think they run any. Doesn't look like they run any. I think that if they do run board wipes, it's 4 mana. But we have, what, 4, 6, 8, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 power on board. Feeling pretty good. don't think this is the combo deck. No, I don't actually know what deck this is. Siege Rhino. It's like Rhino mid-range kind of vibe. Let's see. Siege Rhino Explorer. It's called Explore. Oh, it runs like Tireless Tracker, Siege Rhinos, Knight of Autumn, Charming Prince for Flicker. Pretty cool. All right. Game 3. This is an easy mulligan. We have nothing to do. This is probably fine. Guess let's bottom Thalia. Alright, Warden. This might be like Bant. This could be like the Lotus Field combo deck, Lotus Field control. It might. Oh, it might even just be like Quintorius. Guess we'll see. Probably should have shocked. Sure. They're playing Yorion. That's probably control. No, this looks like the combo deck though. Alright, get him for 3. Let's see if they... I guess it would be turn 5 combo. Okay. I think that's a board wipe. Okay, behold. Okay, so I guess it is Lotus Field after all.
You know what? I'm not done.
We still get the fairy.
That didn't go according to plan.
Control is a really bad matchup for this deck. Yikes. I mean, Chef of Dunes could get us there. Ugh. There you go. There you go. Okay. Not feeling good anymore. Oh, Beanstalk. Alright, we're good to scoop. We just gotta go quick, you know? We just gotta move quick against this matchup. Wedding announcements are decent. Retains are fine. And some get losts. Cut a recruiter, an inspector. Not this inspector, sorry. Giant killers can go. Don't really have too many big creatures. Take it a Sky Warden. I do like that it can scry against this matchup. Maybe it's also a Resolute. 2 Wardens and a Resolute. The crappy thing about playing against control is like you have to take out so many pieces of your puzzle, so you have to just like completely change the strategy of your deck, which really isn't great. Terrible hand. Another hand I'm really not keen on. Alright, let's keep this. I guess just bottom Immodanes. As awkward as that is. I guess it could also just be a land as well. Keep Ornithopter. I don't love that though. I mean, Immodanes could possibly be a good keep just because it gives us a actual win con, but maybe we should have played this on our turn. Ugh. I'm pretty sure we're just gonna get countered here with the Loxodon. Or board wipe the following turn. But what else can we do? Yeah. Seems likely. At least it's a tap land, I guess. Alright, keep our Loxodon. I don't know what this does for us. It gives us another blood token. Alright, let's get in for 5. Chances are they sweep the board. If they don't, we get in for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not bad. Yeah. Definitely concerned they're just going to drop to Fairy. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
You'll be safer. Guards, to me.
I don't know, we just have like no outs.
We must protect the people.
Okay, got a couple 2/2s. This is pretty much how it goes against control every time I play. This deck really is not favored.
Remember your training.
GG. All right, let's go to game 4. See if we can smash a couple out. A couple more out. Hand's good. Go Epicure. Orny. Seems fine. Bunch more power on board. Probably just cycle out this Sacred Foundry. Oh no, it's some kind of combo. Okay, bunch of 5 drops. Just what we wanted. So I've never seen this Doom Foretold build before. This is pretty intense. Cool. It's a fun interaction. Hopeless Nightmare plus Doom Foretold, that's pretty cool. Alright. They got us. Definitely wondering about Roiling Vortex. Redain's is definitely good. They definitely have a ton of removal, so we'll take out the Wardens. Yeah, a lot of their stuff is high cost. Part of me wants to just play Roiling Vortex for the Besiege, but I feel like that's not like their combo. Don't mind the Get Losts. Yeah, I think this is fine. Wedding announcement is another possibility. Maybe cut one Redains, bring in a wedding announcement for just like the grindier matchup. hand sucks. Okay, this hand's way worse. Okay. Fake it till you make it. Red Ornithopter Gleeful. Shepherddoons. See if we can just outrace them here. Outrace them, outpace them. Hope that they don't besiege into a board wipe again. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 damage on board. So if we flash in Resolutes, we get them down to 10. I think we just draw. Damn, we would actually had lethal there. It's annoying. With that draw, because we would have got him for 10 and then Epicured. I mean, they probably have removal. Okay, so yeah, we didn't have lethal. I expect a besiege now, yeah. Let's pray and spray. Can we do it? So we just need to draw a land and we win? Seems doable. Oh no. Oh, shoot. We screwed up. That sucks. I forgot about Tegrid. Like, discard. Yeah. I'm playing sloppy. Ornithopter. I think we still got him. As long as I don't kill this Knight Errant right now. kill themselves with this treacherous blessing. That's fine. All right. GG's. Let's not make that mistake again. This is what I'm talking about boarding in too many things. Like, this hand's just super awkward. Oh my god. Well, I guess at least we both mulled. I kind of want to just keep Redain's. Yeah, let's just keep Redain's. Sure. I guess we'll keep a draw over the blood token. Seems fine. Question is, do we want to get in for 4? Lose 1? No, let's just hold back. Maybe I should have been swinging in. I'm just gonna swing in now. Actually, no, I'm not. Alright, get in for a bunch of damage. Let's bring Gigantha in our hand. Had we been swinging, they'd be a lot lower, so it's definitely questionable if we were supposed to swing or not. Oh, get out of here. Wait, doesn't it cost them 2 extra to cast it? It might. I think it does. I think it just completely hoses them, right? Yeah. Got him. Straight lethal, baby. Okay. I actually didn't count that out. I probably should have, but we got him. Took down Doom Foretold, so we're 3-1 if we do 5 games. Let's go to our last game here. Hopefully this one's a bit quicker. We've been having very grindy matchups recently. All right. Not super keen on this hand, but could be worse, I guess. We go turn 1, turn 2. We have nothing. I'm just gonna mulligan. Okay, mulligan to 5. Okay, we're taking a hand of 5 here. Keep 5. Put this back. Put this back. I mean, this hand's pretty good, actually. Run our inspector out. I think that might be mono white. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures. I don't really see much of a reason to play the giant killer. That could be a thing that kills this aspirant for us. Oh no. I actually went up against this matchup at the RCQ and beat it, but this is a really good start for them. Like, I don't even know, what do we even do? You just take 13. Alright, GG's. Let's go to game... What is it? Game 2? Match 2? Thalias can go. I don't really play non-creature spells. I'm wondering if we just bring in some red cap melees, but Hmm. Yeah, I'll bring in one red cap melee. Let's do that. Gives us a handful of removal, and then we just rely on our normal strategy. Alright. Get lost is good. Hand's pretty dog otherwise. I think I'm just gonna mulligan. Ah, darn. Mulligan again. Mull to 5, 2 games in a row. Hand's also pretty bad. Go Battlefield Forge. Ornithopter. And we're just banking on drawing like just Variegated Loxodon, I guess. All right. No attacks, there you go. Oh no. It's pretty good. Just take 6. Could double block, but I don't see the point. Thinking we just try to race. I don't know. We're in a bad spot. Okay. I don't think they can attack now. Oh no. Brutal. Rated lockdown is not going to do anything for us here. I don't know what our out is. Definitely not that. That's first strike. Oh, we're just dead. We are just dead. We are just super dead. We are just super duper 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 dead. Alright, GG's. Anyway, that's the deck. Kind of a hit or miss, as you can see. You really bank on good opening hands and good draws to make it function. But I mean, I've done relatively well with it on a pretty good win rate. I think I was like, before the RCQ, I was like 30 and 16 win to loss ratio. So deck's decently favorable in this meta right now. And yeah, if you liked what you watched, please comment, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one. That's Boros Convoke. Have a nice night. Have a nice day. Cheers. Bye.